Turn to somebody and say, don't get used to the glory. Come on, man. Turn to somebody else and say, don't you dare get used to the glory. So the ark was in his house for 20 years. Back home in Jamaica, I had a neighbor. And the neighbor just bought a new car. And every day that man washed the car. And even when rain was falling, he was outside wiping off the rain. And he said that he don't want the water to dry on the car because it's going to rust. But after 5 years, he wasn't doing that anymore. Because he got used to the car. He got used to having it. So Uzzah got used to seeing the ark. He got used to being around the ark. So what did he do? He touched the ark. Tell somebody, be careful. Not because you're in church for a number of years, you think you have the right to do what you want to do with the glory. Am I preaching here? Tell somebody that be careful how you treat the things of God. Yes, you're on the choir for a number of years, so you feel like you can pop up to choir practice when you feel like. Tell somebody, be careful. So it is that I have found in church, Bishop, that many of us, we get used to doing what we want. We get used to the glory, so we don't reverence it anymore. But I come by to remind somebody, be careful. When God gave me this word, I didn't want to preach it. I was looking for something else to preach. And God said, preach it, because we have to know that in this time, in this day and age, we have to be careful of the glory. We have too much people thinking that they can do what they want in church. I am my own big man. I am my own big man. I don't have to listen to Bishop. I don't have to hear what he's saying. But I come by to tell somebody, be careful how you handle the things of God. Be careful how you treat the ministry. Be careful how you talk to the ministers, the saints. Be careful. Turn to somebody and say, don't get too familiar. Have respect. I am a Shandai. I feel him right there. I feel his grace on me. Somebody have to understand, it cannot be business as usual. We can't come up in here, and because we're used to doing it a particular way, we continue like that. I come by to tell somebody that he is still large and in charge. He's still the boss of Pentecost, and have reverence. So the Bible said now that God killed Uzzah. And see how David responded. He told me that David was puffed up with pride. Because the Bible said that David got angry. You can imagine, David was doing the wrong thing. And God strike down Uzzah for the wrong thing that David was promoting and allowed. And David got upset with God. But David must be God. And that is how I find that a lot of us behave. We behave as if we are God. And that the thunder in the sky, and we roll thunder. But turn to somebody and say, behave yourself. God will fix your business. Am I preaching here? I am a Shandai. So the Bible said that David got angry and protested because David said, I will not carry this ark into Jerusalem. So he left it in the house of Obed-Edom. And David forgot about it for 3 months. And somebody came and told David But David, Obed-Edom's house is being blessed because of the ark. David now became puzzled. How is it that I would have been anointed king? From I was a youth, God chose me. How is it that I have won so much battles? I have defeated Goliath. I have done so much for Israel. And I couldn't take the ark. And the ark dwell in Obed-Edom's house. Turn to somebody and say, humble yourself. Not because I am a preacher means that I'm qualified to carry the glory. And we need to understand that. Your position doesn't qualify you to carry the glory. But when you humble yourself before God, that's when God equips you with the glory. You see, we have the wrong impression. That's what we have the wrong impression. We think that because I sing good, or because I look good, or because I preach good, or because I play good, it means that I'm qualified to carry the glory. But I come by to tell somebody, the devil is a liar. Humble yourself in the hands of God, and he will qualify you. Humble yourself and let God use you. Don't promote yourself. Don't push up yourself. But let go and let God. Let go and let God. We need to reverence the things of God. Not because I am a minister mean that I can fornicate and do what I want and come up and hold a mic and preach the word. The devil is a liar. I come by to tell somebody, do the right and humble yourself. Do the right and let God. Do the right and humble yourself. So David now did some soul searching. David now, I wonder how much time I have left. Let me just wrap this up real quick. So David now did some soul searching. And the Bible said that David now corrected the situation, because now he went back to Obed-Edom's house and he carried the Levites to carry the ark of God. And not only that, David stripped it. You have to strip it to carry it. You have to strip it to take it. So David now got rid of his pride. David now got rid of his accomplishments. David now got rid of his office. David now got rid of his possession. David said, take this kingly robe, take everything. I have to humble myself in the hands of God. So the Bible said David showed up wearing an ephod linen. David showed up with humility. How do I know that David humbled himself? The Bible said that David showed up wearing an ephod linen. And nobody was dancing before the ark now. It was only David. Now when I look at the ephod linen, it represents the atonement for sin. Only the priest would wear an ephod linen, an ephod. But now David was wearing the linen. Was David operating like a priest? I don't believe so. Because he wasn't wearing a full ephod. He was just wearing the linen. The only other person to wear a linen, an ephod linen, was Samuel. And he was 11 years old. So David now, wearing just the linen, was simply saying to God, God, I humble myself like a child. God, I put myself down like a child. God, I am nothing before you. You are great. You are the boss of Pentecost. David was saying, you are Alpha and Omega, the beginning and could have retrieved the ark because he stripped it. I come by to tell somebody, strip it this morning. You want to go to the next level? Strip it. You want to go to the next level? Take it off. Take off the pride. Take off the office. Take off the accomplishment. Take it off. Take. Take it off. Humble yourself before God. Take it off, man. Take off the relationship. Take off the relationship. Take it off. Take it off. Let God. Let God. Let God. We cannot minister the way how we want to minister because we're too egotistical. The Bible said, he that humbleth himself shall be exalted, and he that promoteth himself shall be what? Abased. The reason why we can't access and unlock certain blessings in our life is because of me, self. But I come by to tell the church of the living God, kill self this morning. Kill self this morning. If you intend to go to another level, come on, kill self. Annihilate self. Destroy self. Put down self. Let self go down so that God can come up.